Give all the power to many, they will oppress the few. Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton made history. I have done research about him over the past 2 years due to my history teacher showing us a song that led me to go find the whole playlist of the Broadway show that led me to be more interested in what his life was about. Alexander Hamilton was a revolutionary, family man, and a founding father. Alexander Hamilton was a military officer in the Revolutionary War. He was George Washington's right-hand man and aide-de-camp. He fought in 6 battles. According to the Mount Vernon website on July 31st, 2024, the Mount Vernon website states, in the American Revolutionary War, he fought battles of Kipps Bay, White Plains, Trenton, and Princeton. But along with those, he helped strategically plan for them and helped now that I've talked about him being in the Revolutionary War, I will now talk about his family. Alexander Hamilton was very devoted to family due to his childhood being more complex than most. According to the history website of November 9th, 1766, his father abandoned him and his mother. Then his mother passed away due to fever. Then Alexander Hamilton boarded a boat and came to North America, specifically New York. That's where Alexander met Eliza, and they had 8 kids together. Elizabeth Schuyler was a huge part of New York's social platform. But in 1997, Alexander Hamilton published a document called the Reynolds Pamphlet that described how he had an affair while his wife was away with their kids, and how he didn't use the government's money to pay off the debt. Then, after 2 years, Alexander's son was sitting in a theater, and he heard a man talking trash about him and his family. And to defend his honor, he challenged that man to a duel. And they went to New Jersey to fight, and that's when Philip Hamilton was shot and killed. Many years later, Alexander was also challenged to a duel by Aaron Burr, because Aaron Burr was defending his honor. And they went to the same spot that Hamilton's son died, and Alexander was killed there. Now that I've talked about his family and him being in the Revolutionary War, I'm now going to be talking about how he was a founding father. Alexander, when he first came to America, wanted to go to Princeton College. But then, after he found out that King's College had a faster and easier route, he decided to take that way. After he finished college, he went into the war, and then after that, he became the Secretary and Treasury of State. He went to the convention of the Constitution, and he wrote, Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, and James Madison wrote 85 essays that were called the Federalist Papers. They convinced people to vote for the Constitution. I'm now going to show you a 10-second clip of the Broadway musical.
In the end, they wrote 85 essays in the span of 6 months. John Jay got sick after writing 5. James Madison wrote 29. Hamilton wrote the other 51. How do you write like you're running out of time? Write day and night like you're running out of time. Every day you fight like you're running out of time. Running out of time, running out of time.
After the Constitution was passed, he became the first Secretary of the Treasury, and was again at the right hand side of George Washington. He stabilized the nation's economy by getting us out of debt that we had contracted from the Revolutionary War. Now I'm going to show you photos of Alexander Hamilton. This is Alexander and his wife, Elizabeth Schuyler, sitting at his desk. And this is Alexander Hamilton and George Washington during the Revolutionary War. I want to say that Hamilton has had a very big impact on me. It has made me love history even more. And learning about the Revolutionary War has definitely made me more interested in history. It's made me realize that history is a big part of this country and of our culture. Alexander did so many good things in his life that really reflect on how today's things work. This economy probably wouldn't exist without him, due to him stabilizing the economy when it was basically collapsing. Alexander Hamilton was a Revolutionary War hero. He was also president in the home, and he was a founding father. Give all the power to many. They will oppress the few. Alexander Hamilton.